Welcome back, everyone. Monday, 7 o'clock, 10th of March 2025. Well, guess what? We're back. And it turns out there's a whole bunch of stuff we have to look at, which is just typical because it's possible my Comfy is broken or fixed. It's a bit like that cat in the box, the quantum cat. So, as always, don't forget, join the Discord, link is in the description. Okay. Hello everyone, thanks for joining. Hello Kirk, hello Emily. Thanks everybody. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're all doing great. And yeah, let's get into it. So, like I said, we've got some new stuff to look at. So, number one, new WAN video checkpoints. Okay, so apparently before they were BF16, now they're FP16 derived. So, these FP8s, the older ones that we already have, are apparently lower quality, so might get a bit of a quality bump. Don't think the models have changed size. I don't know, I'm just having a look. See, that's the BF, Don't know. Anyway, the point is, you want to get the scaled one, I think. Hang on, 8 days ago, 6 hours ago, look. FP8 E5M2. That might be something else. Am I looking at Kijai? Sorry. So Kijai has released the E5M2 versions of WAN, text to video, and yeah. He's just released that. That's not what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about this. So WAN 2.1 ComfyUI repackaged split diffusion models. If you have a look, there's a similar thing going on. Scaled. See, 3 days ago, 5 days ago, 3 days ago. So you got the BF16 and the FP16. I believe the BF16 became the FP8 E4M3FN. The FP8 scaled is the new one. Okay, so we got a new image to video 480p, got a new image to video 720p, and we got a new text to video 14 billion. As far as I can see, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 1.3 as well somewhere, but I don't see that one yet. So yeah, new models, right? But they were a couple of days out, so hopefully we've got new GGFs. Vascular Digamatron says ICU 812. Yes. And then come Hunyuan video repackaged. We've got a whole new, where is it? 1 day ago, fixed V2 image to video, right? So V2 image to video. There it is. It says replace. I don't know why, but there it is. All right, and I guess that's the. Well, that says BF16. That's BF16. So I don't know. V2 image to video. Well, there it is. That was 1 day ago. So my immediate thought was, City 96. Where are you? Where's City 96? Four days ago. So he's released LTX 095 in GJUF, which is nice. I'm going to grab that. So again, another reason to grab the Discord. We're always sharing stuff. Because I got like extra models now for my shopping list. It's crazy. Like, it's gone from, oh, I've got to rebuild it, to, oh, I've got to get all this new stuff. So yeah, I'll be going for the cube. What? How is it so small? That's another plus for LTX. 2 gigabytes? Shit, you could run this on a Chromebook. Well, not really, I'm joking, but hey. Hello, Dominic. Welcome. Thanks for joining. So yeah, the world moves fast, guys. You know, we sleep for a few hours and we wake up and we've got new 2.1 WAN model, new Hunyuan, and obviously the quantizations. What I'm interested to see is this guy going to update his image to video GGFs? Has he added the new ones? This is 4 days ago. I feel like this is the one we already have, 14 gigaboots. It's a shame that even the Q4 only comes down to just under 8. I was really hoping that we'd be able to get it smaller than this, but that's the way it goes. As for the WAN, do we not have WAN gigafs? I do. Let's have a look. I believe he did do them. Yeah, look, WAN image to video, WAN text to video. So it's interesting that the main checkpoints have been re-released, but the GGFs all seem to work fine. So I don't know what that's about. There's also Lava Llama 3. Look, GGUF, so you can get GGUF for some of the text encoders as well. Bring that memory usage down. All right. So that's the top 3 we've got there. Now let's see. Oh. Same thing, look. It did all the steps. And when it got to the VAE decoder, tiled or not, crash. You know what this means. It's time. It's time. It's only been a month. It's time to build the next one. So, we're going to take... Hang on, we'll just check. Is there a new one? Yeah, there's a new one. Right, so how about we take the new one? Right. It's probably quicker to download it. Hang on a minute. I bet it'll download. Look, it downloads in seconds, and then it'll take like 6 hours to unpack. Right. Okay. Let's stay positive. And we'll do some story writing as well tonight while we're resurrecting my Comfy again. It's the most fun thing, guys. It's the most fun thing. I actually getting used to it. I'm probably just going to make like a script to automate everything. I've actually got a huge list of oh my god, of all the repos I use. So, or not, well, all the ones I had. So let's get it done. But yeah, we're going to do some writing in Comfy with the latest version of Spittoon inversion. So, right. Because I've done some improvements to it, and I think 10-page stories are going to be perfect for short stories, so we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. I also want to try it out with Olama and see what happens when we try to use some local models for it instead of spending all this money, you know? Other than that, I hope you're having an excellent Monday night. We start the week as we need to go on, so let's get into it. Also, on the side, guys, I've got this lovely little project where we're going to train this. But we'll get into that whenever we hit like a bump. Whenever we hit a bump, we've got to wait for stuff. I can't believe this is broken already. Right. So, first things first, I've been copying my tools away. But I think I'm just going to curate those as well. So downloads, here he is. Cut and paste. How long is it going to take? It took 12 seconds to download. It's going to take... See, I wish I could just download it straight to this drive. It'd save me a whole minute of my life that I'm never going to get back. But we shouldn't dwell on stuff like that. So I do want this. Honey image review. I've already got this. See, I'm interested in these files but it's mine work though. So I'm sort of like, I am interested in the image to video. The other thing is, the authors said do 480p because the model's not very good at 720p. But then, if you use 720p, you get better results. So I'm kind of like scratching my head, like, why would they tell people not to use the best version? It's a funny one. I guess I'll get this one because it runs better on my system. You know? Okay. Because the other one is like... Well, they're the same size, that's the thing. I don't know. They're the same size, but I think when you run lower resolution, it's faster, and I can do all kinds of effects, post-processing, upscaling, whatever I want. Whoa, where did it go? Don't tell me it's finished. It's finished. Alright, cool. And now, part 2. And this is why I plan to have all this other stuff going on the side, guys. You know, I have to constantly juggle. What's it doing? 18 minutes. Alright, whatever. Alright, well, I've got my ticking clock. So I guess it's time to make good on what I said. So let's open a new folder, and I'm going to start using a whole new location for this sort of stuff because it was getting a little out of hand on the other drive. It might have been bottlenecking, so we're going to try a different drive. Right, tools, and then this one is going to be, I'm just going to say 1 because I'm probably going to end up like changing it out all the time. Yep. Right, we're going to open up a terminal. Okay, and then I'm going to need my Git. I need my GitHub. And it's going to be git clone. I think we'll take the latest spittoon. There we go. Now this thing just works out the box, remember? Because we have the default profile now that we can just work with. So that's what I'm going to do. Westwick, right? We're going to use a modified version of the 10-page prompt to keep it simple. And someone noticed the other day, they were like, why is it called a 10-page prompt when there's you write the last page and it makes 10 pages? That's an 11-page prompt. And I said, yeah, but you wrote page 11 and it contains, you don't need the last page really. It's kind of like you're doing it backwards, you see. So anyway, if we take a look at what this story is, we have characters, we have Maya, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to puppet these people a little bit, okay? So he's got all kinds of crazy stuff. So what I want to do is, like I said, you can prequels, right? Oh, hello. Lee Posnowski says, been using the full WAN version to do text to image by rendering 1200 by 1200. Quality is flux, but render times are still too long. Nice. That's really interesting. We'll have to try that. If the 20 hours? 20 hours? Man, it's like unzipping the thing is taking the time. So weird. I'm just going to assume that's lies, guys. Yeah, it's lies. It's because it's having to copy all of the... It's weird though, because it's literally just unzipping a file. It's so slow. And this is my lightning fast SSD as well. Look, just wait, hang on. I gotta hang on. I just got an idea. We need to stop it. Look, it's crashed. It's so old and crappy when Windows unzip is crappy. I'll use 7Z. Right? Look, it crashed my Windows Explorer. Classic Windows. So if we go into 14 and just delete this, and now we'll take this and we'll go to show more, because Microsoft like to hide the good stuff. There it is. Right, now that isn't going to take 20 hours. It might take a while, but it's not going to take 20 hours. Alright, let's forget that. So yeah, I just want to show you this. So we're not going to go through everything like I always do. We're just going to jump straight in. So, right, close that. Let's go to my last page. So for this, I want to do a 10 page. So this needs to be renamed to page 10. Because we're writing the last page. Okay, so can we just word wrap this? There we go. In style, read it backwards. Morales. So it's all about Morales. Okay, right. I got an even better idea. Just to make it fun, okay? Let's make it fun. Haha, yeah. Okay, come here, Claude. I'm going to show you something fun. Right. This is the final page of my story. Please imagine a variation of this as a completely... I like to just use, you know what I mean? Completely new story. Story featuring the same characters. I'll go, give me the complete text file. Good evening, Drift. The reflection protocol. I need your help finding someone. Uh-oh, I don't think he understood the prompt. He's just writing a book. Hey, wait a minute. I said write the last page. I might have to stop. Stop. Claude, stop. Claude, stop. I only need the last page, Claude. Claude, he's too good. Lee Poznowski. Prompt adherence is very good. Quality and look are top. I would use it rather than Flux. Also, control nets are not yet there. No, but you can use difference diffusion and inpainting with Loom and Flow Edit. I just haven't been able to get near it for 3 days because my Comfy's been bursted. And so we're at the point of making it again. Already. Here we go. So finally I got a thing. Stop. Right. And we're going to go back. So he you know, 2 prompts. He got it in 2 prompts. That's all right. So here's my new ending. Okay. This is my new ending, guys. Save that. Get my 10 prompt, which I said is I've updated it. It used to be different. I've updated it so it's current. We go into Claude. We've got our Anthropic on. It's on thinking. We go on extended thinking. Make sure it actually activated that. You want it on planning as well. There we go. Put it in the plan mode. Put the prompt in. Okay, so let me just make sure I've got the right stuff. Because remember, in the prompt it makes reference to stuff. So it says project instructions. Which project instructions? Paradistro project instructions? Probably not. Probably default project instructions. So when I do the prompt, because obviously you make your own profile of, you know, lore and characters and things like that. So we're going to use the one that's built in for this. So that would be default project instructions. So if I say default project instructions and just copy paste that term there, and then every time you see project instructions, just copy paste it. Now that does mean you can use multiple different instructions, and I have actually started using JSON lately, but regardless it'll all work. So this is looking for page 10. It's going to go back to page 9. That's it, we're done. Okay, alright, so while it's cooking this up for me, this is the point where I could introduce different elements. And also I want to point out, I said, where did I put it? Oh, this is actually not the prompt I thought it was. It's close but not quite. So hang on a sec, let's see if we can't get this again. Hang on. Yeah, fail that. There, we were missing something. So if I go to that one or that one, here we go. Right, so there was just a bit missing at the end there, or a slight modification to the final line. Yes. So when we get to the final line, yeah, we got an additional line at the end, which is, as you step through the pages, use the hero's journey in reverse, averaged over the 11 pages, to introduce elements to the story as you write each page. Okay, there we go. That's actually the correct upgraded prompt. So I'm going to just update that on the website real quick. Repo. Thing. Prompt. 10 page. There we go. And you can just use that out the box. Oh, hang on. No, that's correct. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Alright. So, now, if I just cut that and start a new thing. There we go. So the reason I stopped it is because I wanted to point something out. When you've got this setup running, we can use any known story structure by changing these two words. So if you said save the cat, use rags to riches, okay? And I'm going to release a list in this repo of like, I think I've got like 100 different story structures. Anyway, so we'll use Hero's Journey for now. It's fine. In fact, hang on a sec. Let's see if I can't pull that file up. Maybe we'll use one of the other modes for fun. Keeps it dynamic. Okay, so here we go. Plot modes. So if I just download this, we'll probably do a little bit of analysis with it. Should we use Claude? I think we'll use Claude. So let's give us a new thing. What? Did I just do something funny? Oh, I see. I've got like another tab. I didn't see that. Right, okay. No. I don't like the pop-out window. I'm always clicking on stuff by accident. Right. So, plot modes, right? Please organize these in chronological order. Yeah. Please organize these story type lists into chronological order, year of release, listing the creator, and then the list of story types as a single .md file. That should do. I just want him to clean it up a bit. So we're going to start in 1928 with Vladimir Prop, 31 narrative functions, and then 1942 Egri, then 47 Vonnegut, then Campbell 49, which has got a lot of information in it. Don't need all that, but you can play with it by mapping out the acts. Northrop 57, 66 Grimus 97, Sidfield, Frank Daniel 80s, George Pulte 1895. Shouldn't that be first? You know how sometimes he can't count? Look, I guess 1979 is lower than 1895. And then 2004, then 1993. Yeah, I'm going to have to reorder this a bit, but it's almost in order. And then Snyder doesn't have a date, I guess. Dan Harmon's Story Circle. May as well just throw that in the... see, normally there's like... what's default? Yeah, that's what we're using. I mean, you could put it in prompts. It's not really a prompt. It's okay. Yeah. Different types of stories you can use. Right, so then I guess we just need to pick one, right? Yeah. Done it again. There we go. So how about we pick Rivalry. Ronald Tobias's Rivalry. Let's try that. I've never tried that one yet. Use Ronald Tobias's Rivalry. Okay. Meanwhile, in the land of Comfy, we're almost back in business. So he's reading all the stuff about my world, my characters, the glossary of terms, the narrative hooks. And then he's reading page 10, which we just wrote. Then he's going to use fetch to look up Ronald B. Tobias. Haha, no way, I didn't know he would do that. Why would he do that? He's looking up master plot. What are you doing? This is a new thing, by the way, that we installed yesterday, so I'm not too fussed. You might not have this and you don't need it. Can you provide me with some information about Ronald Tobias's plot? Okay, yeah, sure, I can do that, because we've got the file. Oh no, all my nodes are missing. What a disaster. Okay. So yeah, I don't have it in this one, but I do have it in here. Just put it there. Come on. Where is it? It's right there. So we decided to use Ronald Tobias's rivalry. There we go. So I'll tell him that. It's funny that it looked up 20 master plots and just failed at the internet search. I like how he was like, oh, I'm not sure what that is. He didn't just like, you know how previous AI would have just gone with it and it would have been a load of garbage. He's like, no, I want to know what this is. So let's have a look. The heights, the stilts, the depths, semi-flooded city. Dr. Chan, discovery, lunar crystal, evidence. Okay. Who's the rival? We'll gradually reveal who the rival is, what their goal is, how the rivalry developed. And so it's going to be all about rival. This is nice. I like it. I think it's going to work. I'm very optimistic about this one. And like I said, the focus on doing 10-page means you can actually do genuine short stories. The problem with this system was it was too powerful and it was just spitting out super long stories. 30-page was over the top. It was too much. 20-page is probably about right for a novel. And I mean a novel, like 10-page you'll probably get novella. It's funny because it means you can be quite destructive with your editing process. Come in and be like, that didn't happen, this didn't happen, cut. Anyway, right, so yeah, let's keep going. I'm happy with this. It's not asking me any questions, it's just giving me a breakdown of how the pages is going to work out. This is the overrun of the story. Like, if I didn't like this story at this point, I would just I just literally do this again, copy paste, do it again. Because at this point, nothing's been written. You know what I mean? If I was just to start again, another plan, it's going to write a completely different story along the same lines. You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah. But we're gonna. So let's go. Fernicar says, reinvented the wheel. That's why it will surprise me the moment LLMs could say, I don't know. Yeah, yep. I value your honesty. There we go. He's programmed to create the folder if it doesn't exist, but it's okay. Right. So it starts writing from page 9. As we've discussed, it's writing backwards, one page at a time, like Memento by Christopher Nolan. Okay. So let's have a look at our beautiful ComfyUI. It does sting a little bit to see it, but this is better than it not working at all. That's the way I rationalize it. Now, what I'm thinking is, what is this workflow? Do I even want this? It says Coda High Vid QuenVL prompt image. I mean, yeah, I do need everything on this workflow. It's literally what we're trying to do. But look, I don't even have the Comfy Manager right now. What a disaster. So, like I said, this is becoming like a regular thing. And so, I'm going to do two things to try and help myself, which might completely break. It's going to be fun. So, first things first, I need my batch installer. I'm going to get it down so I've just got a batch file I can just click and it'll just give me a new one. But for now, this will be the next best thing. So I need my sim reset. I know I've already got it, but I'll do a new one. And I need my batch installer. Okay. I may as well just put them on the main drive, you know what I mean? Because I'm always doing these. So let's put them on here. So I'll say Comfy reset is what it's going to end up becoming. Git clone that. Git clone that. Okay, so now I got sim reset and my batch installer, so I'm going to install that. And while that's installing, I'll use my Cinder. So this one is going to be Python simdir.py. It's going to say give me the destination, so the new symlink path, that's going to be in the new Comfy. So that would be machines 14, ComfyUI, models, because this is all about the models. And then the target path, so where the models actually are. And in my case, it's in an old machines. I think they're in machines 11. And I just, every time Comfy dies, I just patch it forward. I'll say this one exists because we're going to delete it, the empty one, and then done. So now, if I push refresh, you will see I have all of my models. I don't have all my nodes yet, but that's step 2. So let's see how that's doing. It's still installing, but it'll be ready in a minute. So I'm going to go back to that path. Comfy reset. And then we'll be able to start the web. What's start prep? I don't even remember what that is. Yeah. Right. Start web. Start prep doesn't exist. It must be something Comfy custom that I've made. Start prep. Is it because no? This is, I'm just curious about this now while I'm waiting for it to finish installing. We're still writing the story over here, by the way. Let me just see. Custom nodes. Yeah. Comfy repos. Clone nodes. check if Comfy repos exists. If it doesn't, then create it. This must be just the command line version that I was using before while I was developing it. Yeah, it must be. Because I know clone custom nodes is a script that you can just use. But like I said, we built it into the web UI. So it became the wrapper. So I think it might be like leftovers. Because start web is the way to start it up anyway. What page are we on? 2? Holy crap, we're going to have to write another story. There's a question by Eero. Cheers, Vernica. Eero G, is your most recent video still a viable tutorial considering new updates? It would be my introduction to video generation. Essentially, I'm fairly new to ComfyUI. My bad if the question is annoying. Is it still a viable tutorial? My most recent video. Hang on, you got a couple of things. Let's ask Claude. No, I'm joking. Let me just... Official image to video is here. Arrival of the thing. It's fine. Do you want to know why it's fine? Because I tell everyone to go to an article, right? I tell everyone to go to an article. So if you watch my video, I'm like, la da 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 da, show you how to do it. And then I'm like, go to the article, right? So let's just show you the article. So... Any minute now. Any minute now. Yep. Let's go for articles instead. Maybe that'll load quicker. Right, cool. So, let's see. LTXV, getting started. Hunyuan. Right, so this is the Hunyuan video article for text to video, which is still valid. And then, where's my Hunyuan article? Where's my high vid? Where's my Hunyuan image to video article gone? Okay, now I'm confused. Let me just double check, because maybe I've forgotten to write it. Do you know what I mean? But I could have sworn Hoda Hunyuan video pack, yeah. Look at this, getting started with HiVid official articles. What? Why isn't that on my page? I'm super confused now. Why is that article not there? Wait a minute, I need to find out what's going on here. So I go to my articles here. Where is it? How are people supposed to read it if it's not... What? Huh? What? Tool guide, published. What? What have I done? Did I have to like spotlight it something or... I'm not going crazy, am I? It's just not there, right? How the hell are people supposed to find it? What? I'm not crazy. As far as I can tell, newest filter, is it because I got a filter on? No. Did it get flagged or something, or? Okay, well anyway, just to answer the question, what I'm saying is that I update these. So my article is not wrong because I tell people how to use the GJuff stuff, that hasn't changed. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go back in here and I will, like if you look at the WAN video as well, what I do is I tell people to get this. I'm like, look, native models, GGuff models. So what I'll do is I'll just add the V2s to the list. You can see it in articles. It must be some kind of caching issue on my end, guys. Thank you for telling me that, Emily. Is one of the images in the article rated above your filter? Well, maybe it thinks this is adult because it's like yellow. Maybe it thinks it's skin. I don't know. I mean, that could be it. I do have a filter on because obviously when I'm streaming, the last thing I need is to catch some nips, you know. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, we've written this story. It's done. So page 0, the beginning, where Mei Chen contacts Morales to find her missing brother. Okay, so who's the other person in this? I'm not... Wait. Who's Vanden? Ah, Vanden must be the rival. Because he's barely mentioned, and there's a confrontation. I don't know, though. I'd have to read the story to find out. So, here we go. Rivalry structure. Ronald Tobias was implemented in reverse, with Detective Morales competing with Director Vanden and to some extent Lumacorp for Dr. Chen's algorithm. Love it. Love it. Alright, and we're not done. So now I want to show you... Alright, cool. You've just written a story. Nice. Now what? Okay. This is the fun part. This is where the fun begins. So I'm going to say 010 because this will be probably my 10th story by now. And then obviously we'll just select the narrative spittoon and just type story in caps. Now we're pretty much ready to rock. So I can just go in here and do page 10.text. And then if I go back to that Claude prompt where I just took the end of one of the other stories, because I'd like to write another one. I'd like another story about our detective. Okay, so we'll go to Secrets of the Depths, and I'll say, perfect, now do another one. But this will be the end of a story that used the structure. Okay, so I'm going to try and like reinforce the technique that we were picking from the the big list, right? So just take it to another, just elevate a little bit more elevation, right? I can't find it. I'm drowning in repos. Where is it? Did I put it in here? Did I put it in? I think I put it in here. Yeah, I put it in here near the bottom. I'll leave it open. So chronology. So let's see. Let's do a different one. Let's do Vladimir Prop this time. Let's see. First function of the donor. I don't know. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. These are interesting. I'm not sure, actually. Hero arrives home or elsewhere unrecognized. Wait a minute. Isn't that the plot to Rambo? That hero marries and ascends the throne. Da, 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 da. Return. The hero returns. The hero is marked. I don't know, guys. Are any of these sticking out to you? F5. Yeah, I bet it's a caching issue for Nikai. Yeah, 100%. If other people can see it, I'm not bothered. It's cool. Trickery. A villain attempts... Let's do trickery. I want to see what the AI does with trickery. Because I want to see what trick there is. Villain causes harm. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's do trickery. That sounds like fun. So in order to initiate that, I want to obviously put that there. Okay. And my idea is basically to try and steer the transformation of this page. So, here we go. See, Same characters, same locations, but it will be the end of another story with the same characters, etc. Because the funny thing is, yeah, the last page of a story is often a recap, which is like a compressed way of saying, oh, you know, they like sort of recap and close off all of the threads. And so that means we've implied the threads now. So when we go backwards, we've already got a checklist of everything that happens in the future. We just have to explain how we got there. And I use because, but, therefore in reverse. That's the idea. So we'll copy the contents, paste that in. There we go. It's a completely different last page. So it's like I said, it's a quick way to get a last page. Man, I'm going to have to add that, aren't I? We can do that here. So is that it? Is that really all I had to say? Oh, but then he was like asking me about what the plot is. The reflection protocol. He started writing a book. I said, only the last page, please. Okay, only the last page as shown in my example. Prompts. So it'll be final page variation dot text. Okay, this is the final page of my story, and there was another thing we had to include, and it wasn't there. It was, I only need the final page as shown in the example. I reckon you combine those and you're good to go. No. This is the final page of my story. Imagine this. As a complete new story featuring the same characters. And then I say, paste final page here. Final. It's pretty basic, but include it. Right, so again, we're going to copy the... I'm just going to use the same prompt I used last time. But edit that last part. Edit that last part, plan mode. Edit that last part there to match what we told it here. Trickery. I won't confuse it by giving it the name of the guy that it belongs to. I'll just say use trickery. There we go. Ah, good. We can now run the application. Close Comfy for now. There we go. Now we've got that. I'm going to get my list. My list of gits. Now I think I have to just use the URLs. Hang on a sec. There's always another step, isn't there? Dot git space nothing. Let's go. Boop. There we go. Alright, so validate path. Path validation. Oh yeah. Validate path. Didn't even put path in. I'm so used to the AI just doing it all for me. This is that laziness everyone was talking about, right? You know, when everyone gets super lazy because they're so used to the AI just doing it. But isn't that the same as not knowing a phone number because you've got it saved? Isn't that the same thing? Just a whole nother level? I don't know. So here we have our custom node. So we're going to put that like that. Now, oh, okay. It wants me to do that again. I didn't realize. Alright, so validate path. Path is valid. Save repo list. List is saved. Okay, so now I got one thing left to do. Oh, that's what start prep is for. I think it runs the list. I forget. It's been a while since we made it. So before this is actually run, there's one more thing I gotta do. I wonder if... Yeah, do you know what? We're gonna do it before we even do anything. And we'll have to do this again, maybe. So what I'm gonna do... So it's saved... no, yeah. So this'll... Okay, cool. So one thing which I haven't done yet, which is really important when you do a new Comfy install, is the environment variable. So we're going to go into Python embedded, and then we're going to go into scripts. We're going to take this path, because this is, I believe it's here. Yeah, I think so. It's the path to all of the good stuff. Anyway, what you do is you hit the start menu. Let's do it on this side so you can see it. You do hit the start menu and you hit env system environment variables, and then up comes this lovely little menu that reminds us of Windows 95. We go inside and we click on the path in the lower system variables path. Okay, and if you're a Comfy user, you've probably done this before. So as you can see for mine right here, we have something called machines 12, which is no longer in use, so we're going to change that to 14, and you can see it's the same path, Python embedded scripts. So you just put the path there. Okay, I had to just change the number. That's the reason that I do it this way. All I got to do is change the number. Do that. And then I can come back to my thing. Oh wait, there it was. Comfy reset, batch installer, because the terminal didn't have that path, right? So it would have affected the installation of things, so I had to make sure that that was actually set up. So now it has the path set. So let's do it again. Is this the only one I have? No. Looks like I killed it. I've lost all my paths. I set them up in advance usually to try and speed things up. So yeah, we're going to have it go straight in to the custom nodes folder. Oh, look at that. It's already got my thing. So I'm going to try doing it from here, because technically I've already, you saw me do it a minute ago. It already has everything I want there. The only thing I'm missing, ironically, I'm actually missing the Comfy Manager, which is that's hilarious. Slight oversight. Hang on, and the reason is because it's supposed to be in there by default, and I think I overwrote it. So yeah, I'm too smart. It's my problem. So yeah. So basically what I gotta do is I gotta go all the way back to the repo page for the auto installer, which I'm using. Come on, internet. Custom node batch installer, and there is one example. Hey, right. We can just do that sneakily as if I did it, because it is just a text file. Alright, let's have a look at what we're doing. And hopefully it doesn't crash too many times. Meanwhile, we have our story. Okay. And we will hear blah blah blah. Trickery. Villain attempts. Yeah. Submerged vault. Narrative structure analysis. Thematic consistency. Setting. Consistency checks. Add appropriate elements of the trickery theme in reverse. So crazy. Off you go, my friend. Is this doing anything? I'm not convinced. It worked last time I used it. Well, I guess the way to find out is just to look, isn't it? Yeah, Comfy Manager appearing. Comfy. Yeah, it's doing it. It's just. Ah, there we go. Okay, so here we go. They're starting to file in now. Because what I'd like to have is, you know, a batch file that runs my prep. Because obviously, remember there were 2 scripts. So once you validate your path and then save it, it's cooked. So you should be able to just run that. I don't think you even need the web UI to run this. I think that if I go into the reset, if I go into the batch installer, I think that prep, it just runs the custom list which we've created. What's going on here? Prep is just that again now. Okay, well, I guess I'll just shut up then. That's weird. It's like it's changed. I don't know. Maybe it clears itself at the end. That's a shame. Maybe I should change this then, because what I could have is I could have a batch file that just tells it to repeat that job, you know. So when you do a comfy fresh install, you can just one click, right? Look at it go. Water taxis, dude. Water taxis. What is this? Is this hydropunk? It's like noir. And it's kind of futuristic. It is, but it's like a flooded Gotham City, but in the future. It's kind of cool. I don't know what you would call that. Atlantis? No, it's not Atlantis. But it would kind of have that vibe. Atlantean vibe. Atlantean noir. It's like it's like hydro gothic. Strange. Dry shoer. They call each other dry shoer and wet shoer, wet foot, because they live in the flooded areas. It's quite cool. See, my next idea is to take the stories that you've made and then distill them into your world documents so that as you write new stories, they're aware of what's taken place in the previous stories, and then you can maintain some continuity that way. But I don't really know how far it goes, because eventually you're going to run out of context window. But like I said, by distilling the plot beats, like, you don't need to know every single little detail. You just need to have it be aware of the core story, if that makes sense. Because you can distill definitions and stuff like that separately. Look at it go. Page 5 already. It's funny that there's no log. Usually there's a log and it goes like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or here, but I guess we don't get one. Okay. Wait, why is there 2 of them? Only this one is real. Okay. So I'm going to pull this over out of the way for now, because as you can see, it's just slowly installing all of my nodes. So I'm happy with that. We've already got the models linked, so that's good. And because I used a version of Comfy that was from like yesterday, I don't need to update it either. So I might not even update it. I might actually install another version just to update and see that it's not going to break and stuff. I think I might have to go back to those sorts of days. Because yeah, it did break within a month. I don't know why. I think it's just because we test so many custom nodes. You know, we're here every day for hours using Comfy, so, and that's just what you see on the live. So the Golden Koi nightclub sounds like fun. Page 3. I'm surprised it hasn't. Oh, I accidentally interrupted it there. Okay. Stop buggering about with it. So yeah, I do recommend the new 095 GGUFs from for LTX. That was a nice little development. They're only a couple of days old. And then we also have the new and improved Hanyan Video GGUFs. They're not new and improved. We've already got those. I'm just making commentary. But these are new. The WAN 2.1. No GGUF for these new ones yet. But like I said, these are the scaled ones. I think what I might do is change the run pod over to use these new ones, because they say they're improved. I don't know. It's a funny one. But yeah, that's the plan. Do you know what? Why don't we grab... Where's the text to video model? Here it is. Let's grab this one. See what it looks like. Because I need a text to video. I was going to use Hanyan. May as well just use WAN, right? Doesn't make any difference. I mean, well, it does. Damn it. Because I made my Hanyan video prompt generator. You know what I mean? I made it for Hanyan. Now I'm like, should I made it for WAN? Maybe a WAN prompt module is about ready. Something we need. Alright, we got to the first page. Okay, that's finished. This is downloaded. So he's gonna like say, "Oh, I did a great job." That's what he does. He goes, "Oh, I think I did a really good job on this one." Yeah, I did pretty good. Look, he'll say it. Throughout the narrative, I did all this stuff. I've also done all these things. Very cool. Director Vega's deception was gradually revealed. I love it. Alright, so we're not done with these, obviously. The next step is the upscaling. And the upscaling is probably the more fun part. Now, I've written a new upscaler for everyone to use. And like I said, the full name of it is quite a mouthful, but I just call it an upscaler. All right. It does a lot more than that, but in my mind, it's a good quality upscaler, and we did test a whole bunch of different stuff. So page expansion environmental was the original approach, and then this is slightly refined. There's not much difference between the two. It's just a few tweaks in the wording. And like I said, you could probably make it better. The trick is you can't say too much because he'll ignore you. And if you don't say enough, you're vague. So there's like a Goldilocks zone where you have to be at the perfect balance of being precise enough but not over wordy. Because basically every extra word will reduce the attention on every other word, as far as I can tell. Which is why like short instructions can be very powerful. But it's all about precision and intent. Just like putting pen to a page, really, but just sort of like with a big mechanism behind it. So anyway, enough talk. If I just grab this and copy it and then come in here, there's one more thing we're going to want to do. Obviously, I've showed you how we made what is it? I've showed you how I made number 10. So obviously this one is going to be number 11. And then we've got 2 short stories there, right? We're going to work on number 10 first. So we're going to go to this. And we're just going to make sure that these links are correct. So obviously we are working with the default project right now. Default project instructions. So all project instruction, that should be your project, or we're going to use the default right now, but I would have thought you've got your own stories, blah, blah, blah. I've said it before. So this is going to be 010. 010. There we go. So we're going to go a page at a time. So that does mean you got... Now you can make this into a loop, you know. Step 5, continue until you reach, you know... Wait. I put this in wrong. And it's actually page 00, I think. Well, it's just page 0. Okay. There we go. So you could write like step 5, continue until you reach, but the thing is, it's a lot to do each page sometimes. So right now, what have we got? We've got 6,896 characters right now. Now I'm just going to explain what this does. So expand text by 200%, adding environmental details, weather, time of day, illumination, or remarkable sights, while avoiding repetition. Focus on an insignificant object in the page and describe it with an incredible level of fidelity. Add visual details describing the scenes and locations with contextual awareness while adhering to the project instructions. And obviously we're going to add more information which describes the environment in greater detail while following project instructions. Speech will be preserved. No story changes are made. So this is masked. Mask the speech. Everything. And then it only gets to paint in the gaps. Right? That's the concept. Like I said, you can make it loop through each page, but I found it was actually cheaper to get it to do this and then copy the prompt for page 1. Do it again, new prompt, new page. It was cheaper. It was slower because it had to load in all of the context every time, but it was cheaper. I don't know what it is. I think that when you've loaded in like 3, 4, 5 pages, it's got so much stuff in its memory that you're actually paying for all of that, and you don't need it to consider the future because we're going backwards. You see what I mean? Or we were going backwards. That's already written. You just want it to look at just that page. Okay. So look. Water damage, blah, blah, blah. I'll focus on the damage tide meter on the wall. So he's going to pick something insignificant and like go to town. Now, obviously, if I find this is too much, I can delete them in the edit. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to give myself... Anyway, this is that's a bit of an experiment. That bit in the prompt there, I wanted to be like half, you know, like good percentage on it, like 50% of the time, you know, so he doesn't do it on every page. But for now, I'm testing whether this is a good approach, because I think giving it something to obsess about, so he's allowed to pick on something, and then obsess over it. And I think that might be an interesting little trick. But anyway, we're going to go into Westwick's 3-tiered structure. Basically, everyone's drowning in Drown Town. Okay. And that's going to take us from... what was it? Oh, he's in charge. Hands off. It's too late. I think it was about 6,800, something like that. I can't remember now. And as you can see, he's getting it done. It's coffee time. That say? Remove limit. I don't even know why they would say that. Okay. Alright, so now we've got... Oh yeah, that's the prompt. So now we've got 22,399. So we went from 6,000 to 22. So that's, you know, you say 200%, but it's more of a concept, isn't it? You know, like 200%, it's more of an idea. 200% is just an idea. 2025. Okay. You got more like 400%. But yeah, anyway. So as you can see from the look of it, it's not bad, and you can't tell, oh, it just added a bunch of stuff. Do you know what I mean? You can't. And there's already a script writing module and a screenplay writing module. So once you've converted your pages, you can do that too. But I'll show you that in just a minute. I need to check the plumbing. There's a leak. It needs fixing. Wow, that smelt like 1995 out there. Must be all the engineering smells. Like I said, I got a workshop as my neighbour. They do some cool engine stuff down there. Right. So then, what do we got? We got pages. Now, we could continue this process and do the following pages and then do for every story, right? But that's just repetition time. So what I want to introduce are these other things that it does, okay? So the first being, if I go over to the narrative prompt pages, we have convert script loop. I think this is a pretty good one, especially if you want to work with TTS. So obviously we've just converted we've got our story, okay? Now remember, the upscaling doesn't change the script. So I can run this and it's not going to matter, because remember, like I said, the upscaling doesn't change the words or who's talking or introduce any new people, right? So again, you got to make sure you don't need to put the project in on this one, because it's literally going to read the context from each page alone. Now, when I made an MCP server for this, it just failed, you know, unfortunately. But when you do it like this, it works fine. And because it's just a script, it's cheaper than writing the pages. There's a lot less tokens coming back to you, right? So yeah, if I just change this to say no, it's not 007, is it? It's 010, right? Hang on. Decrementally. So we get it to read page 10.txt. We go back to 0.txt like that. Okay. We will create a script by reading the page, extracting the script speech, appending names to the lines in our new script. Read page 10, identify who is speaking by name, assign that first on each line, move the script format. Extract the spoken lines from the page and write them to a new text file using script as a file name prefix with a matching number to the page we are reading. Save next to the file we are reading. I'm trying to be dynamic, by the way. I know it sounds like silly the way it's written there, but that essentially means that you get a file called script0 saved next to the page it read, right? So it doesn't actually touch the original file, which is the intention. Decrement the text file name by 1 to find the previous page. Repeat the task for each page one at a time. Task complete when you decrementally reach page 0. Okay. Because the thing is, we all use TTS, so if you can generate a story going backwards, we can also generate the same script by looking at each page. There's no need to go backwards anymore, but it is a nice way to have a counter built into the logic, you know? So, anyway, it doesn't make any difference if you start at the beginning and go to the end at this point, but as I already had half the logic, I just modified it to make the script. So as you can see here, building AI, your transportation is ready. That's a cool character, the building AI. Okay. So we'll let it go on that. The screenplay is a little bit more sort of like demanding, but it's the same exact idea. There we go, convert pages screenplay loop. So this one is a little bit more complicated because it does like scene headings, action descriptions, it does all kinds of stuff as on top of the script. So obviously this is a bit more expensive to run, still cheaper than writing the book. But yeah, and it does one page at a time. So again, if you've already got a book, you can generate a script and a screenplay from your book by doing it a page at a time. Now, what is a page? Yeah, a page could be a chapter, actually. It's just a convenient way of saying file, file, file and breaking it up, so it's not a massive, massive job. But he is able to be, at a shallow depth, aware of the whole thing. This is one of the reasons why we're building it backwards. He doesn't have to remember it all, because it's like, it's the future. We're justifying a potential future, right? Or not. So anyway, they're probably going to be quite samey, these stories, but that's because of two things. One, I'm not updating the documents to say, so there's no continuity between these three stories. Same characters, same places, but maybe there are events that are contradictory in them because the stories aren't aware of each other. And as I said, the way to beat that is to distill your finished book back into your project. So then there are updates in the artifacts, you know. So say your main character is a prisoner and in the first book he breaks out. Well, you could put in your character description, has recently broken out of jail. You know what I mean? So it's actually really easy to account for this kind of thing, but you just have to be aware of, you know, you can't just be like lazy and just be like, make 100 stories. It's like, if you made a story and then distilled the story back in, then made another story, then distilled the story back in, eventually what will happen is, as long as it doesn't like contradict itself really badly and just break, if it keeps working like it should be, you're going to end up with a process which can maintain continuity. But at what point do you have too much information in there for the current AIs to actually be able to juggle all that? I don't know. But yeah, the way I do the video prompts is by taking the screenplay and the story and then combining them and having it look at each page at the same time. So then the screenplay becomes a way to draw attention to certain elements of the page, which is a really interesting mechanism. But it means that you have to have made the screenplay for every page as well. Now, I wouldn't do the screenplay until you've upscaled every page, because the screenplay will include information from that. But yeah, like I said, when you get to the end of it, you can make video prompt sequences. And as I said, if you had a LoRa for the characters that you're talking about, then you'd be able to load that in and generate your first frame, and then take the video prompts from the story and actually just generate video. I think you'll just be able to just generate it. What the results are, like how good that is, remains to be seen, because like I said, my Comfy was cooked. Oh, speaking of which, I think we got our report. One failed installation. What? So what failed? Durfu failed. Repo not found. Okay, that's not so bad. I can put that one in myself. Okay. So he's already at page 3, so he will have finished soon, I think, unless he skipped some pages. You've got to be careful. Sometimes they skip pages. Sneaky. Here we go. So we can finish that now. Thank you very much. That was cool. So, all right. So the automation of the fresh install went okay. It went okay. I know I'm sat here like 90 minutes later, like saying, "Hey, that wasn't too bad." We'll have to improve on that. 90 minutes is the current record. Let's see what it looks like. Isn't it already open? No, that's sim reset. So I might have to do that again in a minute, because, yeah, you never know. I just want to make sure it's still... Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, it's still there. It's alright. I don't need that no more then. Cool. Script 1. See, it's nearly finished the script for book 10. Alright. How are we doing down here? Brand new Comfy, guys. Brand new Comfy. Let's go. I'm sure it will get there, guys. Yes, come on, you got one more page to do. You want to chop me off at the knee now? Flash attention. What? Supervision? What's supervision? Oh, YOLO World. Okay. Oh. Hey! Haha, we made it. So what did I grab? I grabbed WAN T2V14B. Okay, okay. Well, before we do anything, this is an image prompt. So this, right, let's test it. Come on. Huh? Ah, my data sets aren't in there. Okay, that'll take a minute. That'll take a minute. So 14. And let's just duplicate the tab. Take it back to 12. There's a couple of things like that actually, so let's just drag these out. Drag it out, come on. Why can't? There you go, idiot. So annoying. Right. Scuffed drag and drop functionality. So we've got the old one on the left and the new one on the right. So go into Essentials, that's my first stop. Essentials, so we're going to need my LUTs. So that's all my color correction lookup tables. Skip that file. Okay, and then we need to go to DJZ nodes. Why has my TV turned itself off again? Come on, mate. What are you doing? And then it came back online again. Weird. I know, right? We've got a brand new comfy, Kirk. Can you believe it? So, alright. Image prompt folder. Look at all these. Control X. Image prompt folder. Nothing. What else? What else? Do you know what? Hang on. In DJZ nodes. Pose maps, Jojo, pose maps, Jojo. So I'll have to go further back to get my pose map. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to end up giving everything away just because I get annoyed with not being able to find stuff. Where's it gone? All right. Back again. We obviously need my cool voices. Again, I might just bundle these voices with the thing soon because I get tired of. I'm lazy. Just give it away. All right. So there's only one thing missing, which is Durfu. Oh yeah, and also, did it do that? Yes. Durfu. Doesn't look like I need it on this page, so let's see what we get. Long hair. Oh my god. I need to recaption that model bad. Oh dear. How about stop and do a different one? Yeah. Hey, what? It's weird. Okay. Let's leave it to let it cook. Alright, so that's our script done, right? Now, before I go doing anything else, like I said, it can be a bit squirrely, but yeah, okay, it's fine. I just like to check that the script is actually in the correct story, so we don't get mixed up, right? But yeah, the next one is the screenplay, so we'll take the prompt for the screenplay, copy that, screenplay plan, new thing. It's good to keep the chats short. So task is complete when you reach page 0, screenplay 0. I'm just it doesn't have 2 zeros for this, but if it does, then obviously just match what you have. This one doesn't use any programming, it just takes 010 / and then you want to take the last page. That'll be page, not script 10, page 10. Yeah, they all work backwards. decrement text file name by 1. It was just a good instruction. It works well. Sometimes though, when I did like 20 and 30, he would go like 1, 2, skip a few, 100, done. Because he's cheating cheater. But you could always make him finish the job. It's just funny how he cheats. Okay. Let's just close all these while we're thinking about this. Screenplay format, as you can see. Act. Okay, now while it's doing, ooh, I must have clicked it twice. Right, while it's doing this, I want to talk to you about another thing I recently did. So let's just quickly backtrack. I got a new repo up. So I showed you Deep Lucid 3D yesterday. I also made a transcription tools MCP yesterday. They're both up on the website. I haven't registered this one yet. I'm just waiting to see whether this one will get added. I don't know if it will. But essentially, transcription tools. I noticed there are lots of things which will bring in the transcription of a YouTube video, for example. There are agents that will bring those in. And you got repair text, yeah. So what it does is it looks at the transcription, and you know how sometimes it'll get a mistake, you know, Whisper will make a mistake, it'll get a word wrong. What this does is it reads the full context of what's being said, and then it goes, well, obviously it meant, you know, it meant pears, not bears, right there, for example. You know, like, so it'll fix rhyming errors and things like that. Obviously you can get a log to show exactly what was changed, but the next tool is format transcription. So what it does is it uses the timestamps to determine whether something is part of the same sentence, part of the same paragraph, part of the same page. And so then it will turn it into naturally formatted text that you just read normally rather than like a chat log with timestamps. And then finally, the summary text, it'll use a derivative of my ACE methodology. A lot of that's been pulled out, but because these models are ACE models, basically, just by another name. So if you go generate intelligent, it'll make a summary. It used to have a variable where you could set the speaking time. So say you wanted, say you gave it an hour-long video transcription, and it's been repaired, formatted, and then summarized. And when it summarizes it, I used to have it set so that you could say, oh, I need this to be 30 seconds long. Do you know what I mean? So it would make it the right length for the speech time you have. That was the idea. I used to call it speech timer. And if you look down here in summaries, look, it does actually have constraint type and value words. So you can do it. You can do it, but I'll be honest, I'm new to making these tools and I'm new to controlling them. I don't know if you literally say like, oh, constraint type, words, value, 100, because that, you know what I mean? So if I'm speaking at 150 words per minute and I have some text and I want to say it in less than a minute, then obviously 100 words is going to be less than a minute, right? I don't know. So yeah, that's what that one does. I think it does say here, yeah, look, time-based speaking. It says supports time-based. So maybe you can just tell him, I need you to summarize this into a speech which I can speak inside 1 minute. And that's where it gets a little bit more interesting than just a summary. Do you know what I mean? He's actually taking a transcript from a 2-hour, 3-hour video, whatever, and then turning it into a 1-minute speech, which is crazy. You can also say stuff like ignore the sponsored ads in the transcript as well, and he won't even include it, you know, because there are bits where they're like, hey, I'd like to talk about incogni or something, right? Which is fine. But yeah. Oh, I got a pull request. Deployment, Docker file and smithery. What's that mean? deploying your MCP server on Smithery. After deployment, users can use your server over WebSockets. Hey, where's the story gone? Hey, did it crash? Did it crash? Did I crash it? Or did I close it by accident? I'm going to say that I closed it by accident because it's never crashed before. I must have hit the X by accident. I'm going to have to watch. You know what? I'll be watching the stream later around the 1 hour and a half mark. What happened to VS Code? Anyway, I didn't see it error or anything. It just wasn't there. I was like, oh, where's the screenplay gone? Right. So added Docker file to package. Added Smithery config. README. Huh? What? merge pull request. Confirm. That was a smart move, don't you think? We'll see. So what do they actually do? Read the commits after merging. Classic. You should always do that the other way around, guys. So he's added my Smithery badge and then installing via Smithery. To install transcription tools, do it here. npx Smithery. Okay, that's cool. I mean, yeah, all right. Yeah, just in case you were wondering. What is this? It's this. Repair text, repair log, format, summary. There you go. It's my second MCP server. I only use OnCline, but apparently you can use it with Cursor, Windsurf, Claude somehow. Apparently there's a Claude desktop and you can use MCPs with that. Didn't know. And then there's also Witsy, Nconvo, and Goose. I want to check out Goose just because it has a cool name. But to be honest, the tools are solid. Look at this, run the tool. I didn't even know what. It's crazy. Like I said, this is a new thing, you know. I don't know how many more I'm going to make, but it seems like prompts, clever prompts, is what you can turn into an MCP usually. It seems to work okay. Although I did try to make one for something and it was a complete disaster. I forget what it was. Script. You know how I showed you how I have a prompt that can turn the pages into a script earlier? We tried to do that as an MCP and I have it, it works and it runs, but it can't figure out the names of people. Isn't that weird? It just can't figure it out. I tried rebuilding it a bunch of times. It was never, it could name some people, but unknown kept coming up a lot. And so I figure it's just not the right tool. Do you know what I mean? I just figure it's not the right tool. I figure I'm trying to do something dumb with it because I've had an idea. I wonder if I can, and you can, but it just doesn't work well. So sometimes you just have to accept that your crazy ideas are a dead end. And just don't worry about it. Not every idea has to work. It's fine. Just move on to the next one. But yeah, so anyway, we got some MCPs. Does it show me like all of them, or I think I've only got 2. Deep Lucid and transcription. I think people are probably going to find that more useful because, like I said, the repair function alone is pretty good. The format turns it into a blog post, summary, you know, basically turns it into something you can TTS and it's not going to take an hour to read out. That's what I was effectively trying to make here. A little tool set. Because a lot of the time I'm grabbing, you know, I'll go to a YouTube that's like 3 hours long or something and it's got a transcription. And I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of data. So I can throw all those crazy ideas at the AI and be like, what do you think of this? And he'll be like, that's very interesting. And then you can turn it into something. Like if you can turn something into a cool system prompt, you can turn it into an MCP. That's my understanding right now. So you can essentially make an MCP, make a system prompt like function. Anyway, it's more than that, obviously, but that's where I'm starting out. Obviously, you can get them on my GitHub or on smithery.ai. Smithery.ai, of course, being a massive repo of all these different things. Do you know what I mean? Some of it's like, oh, you know, YouTube plugin, a NASA plugin, you know, coin market plugin. I wonder what that's for. Does it tell me if Bitcoin is going up or down? It looks like lots of people. Every day there's new stuff being added in. Like, look, reasoning. There's 123 in reasoning systems. I should have put mine in that. How do I get mine in there? Oh, wait, it is in there. Oh, okay. All right. Don't think anybody's ever run it, though. Yeah, no one's ever run it. Only sequential thinking. What else? Anyway, enough of smithery for now. Screenplay's almost written. How are we doing over? Oh no! Right, this is a problem now. Things are crashing. Look at this. My Comfy is crashing with a fresh install. Like, it kills itself. That's not good. This is a brand new Comfy. How is it broken still? All right. Let's try it with the new WAN model and see, but I've used these models before. What disturbs me is I've used these models before. I know they work, and they're all crashing in the same way. And I know what they're going to tell me. Uninstall your custom nodes. That's what they'll tell me. I'm not really sure what custom node exactly is. I don't know what I don't know what they're talking about. There's hardly anything here. LTX, yeah, WAN. These are all the latest version of the nodes as well. Could it be driver update? I'm really like stretching it now because there's no reason why I'm getting the same result with a fresh install. Is your tile decoder handling too many frames? No, I've changed. I've turned the number of frames down to 29. So no, it's not that. So I'm using the same models that I was using like a week ago. Generated hundreds of videos with them. Oh, come on, man. Do you know what? I'm just going to go straight to nvidia.com and just be like, what the hell's going on? Nvidia. Drivers. Nope, I just want drivers. I don't want your stupid thing. What the heck is a 4090D? Sounds cool. Is that like destruct mode? Nah, there's something fundamentally wrong here. I think, I don't know, I can't put it down to custom nodes. What the hell? What? Just give me the drivers, boys. Can't believe it died again. It's like it's taken me a minute to sort of taking a minute for it to sink in, guys. I can't believe it. Right. We recovered in record time as well. Shame. It's kind of like, ugh. Right, so I've got my models, I've got my nodes. I don't see what it could be. I've changed my path. I mean, I guess I could restart the machine, but I mean, that's the only thing I can think of at this point. Okay, so let's copy that into the right folder. I can't even remember what folder it goes into. Do you know what? I'm just going to put it into checkpoints, and if it's supposed to go into fusion models, I'll put it there. I don't even know why they split them in the first place. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, come on. How are you? What? You finished? It's bizarro. Alright. It's frustrating. We're going to try doing the drivers. And then we'll restart the computer. But beyond that, I'm like... Okay, this is finished. How long is this going to take? 25 seconds forever? Why are we waiting? What are we waiting for? I need ideas. What's going on? Cursed, mate. That's what it is. Cursed. I'm just checking for other processes that might be getting in the way here. That's finished. Nope. 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 So there's literally... Oh, okay, the time changed on it. That's progress. There is another tool to see the traffic. Hero G says computer ain't computing right now. It's true. Look, you can see it's like I was working and then I went on break. But yeah, the problem that we're having today is whenever we do a generation with a video model, we get to the VAE decode, whether it be tiled or not. And this is using workflows that we've run on this system like a week ago. Even after doing a fresh installation of Comfy, when it does all of the steps and then it passes it on, and then it just crashes. Comfy just closes itself. It's very sad. Comfy just closes itself. It's a whole new problem. See, we've had it like, it took an hour to load the model one time. Usually it was like 10-20 minutes, but it just got worse and worse and worse. And we fixed that by reinstalling Comfy. And now we've got this problem where it just dies. It gets to the decoder and then it just dies. And there's no error messages in the console. Yeah, it's fun. Every couple of months something like this happens. Now, I suppose an option I do have is I could roll back Comfy, right? You could say, oh, just roll back Comfy. Problem is, all the new models require the latest version to run. So that's no good. You can't run the new models. There's no point using Comfy. So I'm just going to have to figure it out. I'm guessing that there's something missing. Something fundamental is missing. It's just typical, because we'd literally gotten to the point where we had all these prompt sequences we wanted to test out, and suddenly you're not able to do it. So do you know what? It's run pod time. Right, now, the latest version of WAN. Let's go into Mushroom Fleet, and then we need to go into the run pod inits. And we just need to change the default script so that it uses this new model everyone's going on about. So there are the models that they're using at the moment. Those are KeyGI models. So how about we grab this one. We'll get the 2.1 TTV 14B bloody bloody blah. Grab that. Copy link. Okay. So let's put them down. Code is read only. Diddly diddly do. Diddly diddly dee. What's the other one? So this is FP8. Image, text to image, image to image, and then I'm putting on both. I mean, I suppose people can just choose what they want, but it's not easy for them to edit this unless they know what they're doing. I mean, it is easy to do, but what's easy? What is easy anyway? Right, so 14B, 14B, 14B. Right now, I am gonna pick the 720. Yeah. Like that. So if you had already made this, you'll still have those models, but anybody that's downloading this new will only have these models. That's the idea. Now I've already got an instance, so I'm going to have all of them. So here we have the scaled, which is from Comfy, and then where's the VAE? So details, VAE. See, is that correct? Because they've been playing silly buggers with all these different versions lately. We might have to restart it. Let's give it a blast and see how it goes. Alright. Doodly 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 da. Templates, no. Storage, yeah. Deploy, WAN. I1, wait, what? Oh. Here it is. 4090 Jajuf Q8. I'm going to change the template to normal WAN so we can test this new model out. I think that should be all I need to do. Okay, so now it's finished adding the new thing in here. Let's see if WAN is also broken before I, like, you know, lose my mind. In fact, no. Hold up. I'm going to restart the computer right now. Yeah, I think that's what's needing to be done, actually. Yeah. Right, that's it. We're doing it. I don't like doing it midstream, but it won't affect anything. Okay. Welcome to the Black Void, everyone. I decided to take the unorthodox route and just pull the plug. Let's see if it pays off. Because there's got to be something wrong if you completely reinstall it and it doesn't work still in the same way. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Got plenty of hard drive space, plenty of RAM. There's nothing wrong with the machine. It just kills itself. Are we back, are we? Almost. Damn, is it nearly coffee time already? I think it is. Let's get something up on the screen first. Oh, yes. I don't know what it's bedinging things. I face the same issue where it gets that far and crashes out. Was wondering for a few minutes if I messed up somewhere. No, I don't think you messed up. Sometimes that's what happens. You get rewarded with failure, but it's not really your fault. You didn't design the system. Alright, let's just check it, because, you know, we've restarted, brand new Comfy. Let's just see if there was some kind of funk in the trunk. So this is me being optimistic. If I just come back this way. Look, stop logiteching and things. I just want to get to the stuff I want to get to. Thank you very much. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So, what do we got? We're running it. It's a whole new world. It ain't there yet. How's our pod doing? Probably still downloading models, I bet. No, look at that. It's not even set the container up yet. So yeah, we restarted pretty quick. Because I got a bunch of stuff like roadblocks. I got mad roadblocks right now. Because I got captioning I need to do. I got training I need to start. And none of that's going to happen. Because... yeah, none of that's going to happen right now. Which is kind of annoying. We're getting there, though. It's just incremental annoyance. Yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me. I know. Oh, is it crashed? Is that why you're trying to tell me? How about cancel? It's infinite pop-ups of things I don't care about. Because I just restarted the machine and he's like, oh, boss. I got the news. I'm like, great. Can we just get this open? So yeah, this is going to open up. We're going to end up with container updates eventually, and then we're going to start doing some stuff on on the pod here. So in preparation, I'm going to grab myself a WAN workflow or two. That's the WAN companion. I'm going to go with the native GGUF. WAN video native IP to video. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm after. I mean, these two are more basic, but let's just grab that. It's pretty much the same thing that we were just looking at, just like the HunYuan, I mean the WAN version. Oh no! Everything's crashing out. Not a good sign, guys. Get rid of that. Man, normally it takes like 10 seconds to start. This is something else. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll find out and it won't be fun, but I'm hoping it's not that drastic. Your computers do get like that though. Might be it's just had enough. It's had a long few years in AI research, this machine. Running? No way. Yeah, I was going to say, it's doing installation of stuff. Maybe I can get out and push. Yeah, I think I might just get out and push. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to keep upscaling a few of those stories. So here I have my screenplay, right? So if you remember, we were looking at the writing earlier. So I'm going to just Control X on that and then just say screenplay. If I can spell, that helps, but I think I was close. There we go. So we can put that away and then we can get the script and do the same thing. Oh, it does help to include script 0 though. Yeah. And then we'll go script, paste that in, and then this one, story, right? There. Okay. And so then what I'm going to do, I think I already upscaled the first page, or was it the last page? It was the first page. 10,000? Could have sworn it was more than that. I feel like maybe I did a different page. Alright, we're back. Now, I want to run the WAN workflow, which is basically the same thing. Put it on Black Sun again. Yeah, everything looks good there. Click Vision, WAN. What's this then? Here we go. Where's the new one then? 480p FP8 scaled is what I'm looking for. I've obviously put it in the wrong folder, haven't I? Yep. It's supposed to be in diffusion models, just like I was going on about, but that's okay. It's instant from drive to drive on the same drive. If you cut and paste instead of copy. So that's fine. You can just press R. And now we've got the scaled version. Which is interesting because we had to get the scaled version of the clip as well before. So we've only got one VAE. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have the same problem. So we've restarted the machine. We've reinstalled a brand new ComfyUI. Here's our input image. Let's see how it do. And like I said, all of these workflows were tested as working. I left them on overnight. I was making like hundreds of videos every night and then coming in the next day and being like, oh yeah, we were having a great time. And then recently it's just like, I bet there's a lot of like funky data on this machine though. I mean like some model for something that I used once, tested, showed off, and then forgot about 'cause something else came out the next day and you never need it again. That kept happening. So it could be related to that if it's still broken, you know. And then I guess maybe my Windows is busted. I mean, we are on, let me think about it. We are on the 14th. This is my 14th Comfy install. And the only reason I reinstall it is because it breaks. So you got to think, like, if you break something 14 times, maybe the environment gets a bit dirty every time. I don't know. Because there's all kinds of, like, there's a Hugging Face cache, then you've got the Python cache, then you've got all the pip packages that may or may not be broken. What if you accidentally installed the system by accident a bunch of times and broke that? You know what I mean? I think there's so many things that could be broken. It's kind of hard to tell. So maybe I just need to like new Windows. That would eliminate the hardware, or no, the software. So I don't think it's hardware. I think I've just got funk from like 6 years of, you know, I think it was like game development followed by loads of AI research. At least it's only going to take 2 minutes, I'll say that much. Right, coffee time. Quick, before I forget. And remember, if you've got a queue on, do something else. Then you can do the work of 10 men. Let's have a look at this. No. Default, no. Prompts, yes. 10 page, yes. Page. In fact, I'll just copy it from here. I don't know why I was mucking about. Let's close all this. Script, expand. Copy, new task. Page 1. Page 1. Wow, that coffee machine is definitely getting slower. Page 1. Johnson's default. Uh-oh, coffee machine's getting angry. It dribbles when it gets angry. Okay. Right then, so what are we doing? We're upscaling pages. And like I said, I was thinking about this whole thing, like vibe coding is what everyone's calling it. But I think it's more like ghost coding. And I'll explain why. If you are driving a car and you get out of the car and let the car keep driving itself, and you just walk along next to the car, extremely dangerous. Don't do this. There's a word for that, right? There's a ghost driving the car, right? And that's what it feels like sometimes when you're getting AI to do this, because it's like you're not at the wheel, but it's still running, and you're just kind of stood next to it. I don't know. It's more like ghost code, in my opinion. It's a bit different. It's not as catchy though. Yeah, it's like Ghost Ride the Whip. Yeah, exactly, Eero. You got it. So you Ghost Ride the code. He's like, what? I think it's gonna start a whole new type of developer, which we've not seen before. Whether that's a good or a bad thing, I don't know, but it's one step closer to the cyberpunk convergence, is it not? Looks good to me. You go for it. Oh, it was working! Sick. Right, well, if it's working, is this text to video or this is... Right, this is also Black Sun. So let me just find out quick. Do I really want to... well, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Huh? Right. Hold up. It's probably already changed, but... Hang on a minute. WAN video. That was weird. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know what it is, though. It wasn't what I gave it. Ah, Full Dive Media. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, ghostwriting is the same idea. Exactly, Emily. Fernicar says, whenever people without enough vocabulary want to say something, they use words from physics, energy, vibration, theory in totally different opposite meaning because... Yeah, you're not wrong, Fernicar. It's like everything's a model. Have you noticed that? Everything's a model. Yeah, my prompt is a model. I'm the model. You're the model. We're all the model. So it's just a funny word that has just ended up being used as like a catch-all for anything in space. All right, well now this is working. I want to do something useful with it, right? First things first. Let's just see if I can get a what you call. I need a Hunyuan text to video. So we. Native comfy text to video guff lines. Yeah, that's probably the one I want. Native LoRa lines. Yeah, there we go. Right, now this is the one I wanted to test out, which was busted. And this is going to catch us up, because what I hate is whenever stuff breaks, it slows everything down, and then you forget all the research that led up to that point. It can be very easy to lose the plot. So T2 V720p key Q8. So this is the exact same workflow as before. We got it on Wick. I'm going to say Wick EP2 because we're just going to do episode 2. Why not? I've got the Wick loaded, and we're going to use Zenkai prompt V5. This is a sequential prompt test. So I've been waiting to do this for too long. Get rid of that, and we'll go EP. We'll pick Wick EP2. Okay, and we're currently on 73 seconds, so everything's set up practically. This is a practical setup, like a typical setup. Alright, so we'll go back to the WAN and let this finish, because the only issue I've got with this new WAN model, it's not very good at following. Well, that's not what it was, but it doesn't seem very good at following. And they did mention that. They said that the new version is better at some things but worse at others. So maybe the first model is better at your original image, you know, like being true to the image, but this new model is just better quality and motion in general, which seems about right. Thing is, right, it depends how you want to use the model, because if you want to use the model for image to video, what the? Can somebody tell me how I got 5 anime chicks from this? Something's not right there. Is it even using a start image? What's going on? What? I mean, look, it's a good video, but I didn't ask for it. What is it doing? I got. Anime videos suddenly. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I know. What? It's actually pretty good quality, guys. I'm not going to lie. You know, if you just want to be objective, that's actually pretty good quality. I'm like, what? I didn't ask for this, but that's what I got. Anyway, let's move on. Hanyan. So the new WAN stuff looks pretty cool, actually. If that's what you want to make, then yeah, go for it. But I think it's I think it's the prompt. I think the reason, my dudes, is that my the Black Sun dataset that I loaded in is quite old, and so it's producing a tags. It's producing a le tags. Let me just see. Yeah. Look at that. Look at this classic SD 1.5 prompt. When you see what it actually is, and this came out of the tagger, you know, what's the name of it? The anime tagger. That's how that was done. But that's funny. See, back in the day, we all had to use the Deep Boru taggers, and everything would come out like this. And you'd be like, oh man, what am I doing? Right, so if I just go to the next image, it won't be any better. I doubt it'll be any better. Male focus, one boy. See, if you see one boy or one girl, you know it was done with the anime tagging. Deep Boru, click 2, yeah. Right, we're not going to do another one here, even though that might come out better. I've got a funny feeling that WAN isn't really listening to us anymore. And I don't know if it's the model or not, so the best way to find out would be to actually, you know, push the button. Oh, hang on. It's already scaled. Do I have to put it in as scaled? I'll come back to that. See, I want to start looking at this. So, Hunyuan video T2V 720p Q8 is what we're looking at. We've got the John Wick LoRa loaded. So this is the one that kept breaking. That's why this is more important. We can go back to WAN anytime. Yeah, it's true. There was. That's what we're looking at. New WAN image to video and new Hunyuan video models. Apparently they're higher quality because everything else was in BF16. Now it's in FP16. So it's a little bit sharper. Anyway, so let's take a look at Seed 1. So let's just cue that, right? Medium shot. John Wick sits in his modernist home, looking at a black envelope, red wax seal bearing. It's too much. It's actually too much stuff going on in one video. But John Wick gets a letter, is what this video should be. So let's see if it runs. I'm really interested to see this running because we've been having problems for like 3 days. My fear is that it just kills Comfy when it gets to here. But at least I know that WAN still works. So it's not the end of the universe. Like WAN and LTX are amazing. I think that actually for production right now, LTX is the best choice for most shots just because it's so cheap. So like when I say cheap, I mean in terms of time and compute. Hunyuan and WAN are both very hungry in terms of time and compute. Right. So while we're waiting, we will continue with this. 2 and 2. I've got no idea. I'm guessing that they did the conversion. Maybe something was missing from the conversion. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Like they'll release a model and be like, whoops. It's happened before. going pretty quick. It's 3 seconds at 704 by 480. Looks like it's going to take about 2 minutes for 3 seconds. Which is not bad, not bad, not bad. Damn. See, when this writes fast on itself, and then this takes, you know, 2 to 5 minutes, depending on your settings and whatever, you should be making music on the other screen at the same time. Then you can do 3 things at once. So every day you did 3 days worth of work. It's not really about achieving things faster. It's just doing more things in parallel at a normal rate. And so then, you know, after a year of AI, you've done 3 years of work, but you didn't work harder. It's just you were able to do you were able to do normal output 3 times at once. So how are we looking? Oh, he's got the red envelope. Dude, it worked. Right, scene 2. That one's in the bag. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready for scene 2. Are you? John Wick's Mustang speeds through rain-slicked city streets toward the nightclub district, his stoic profile illuminated by passing streetlights as he follows coordinates sent to his phone. Moody twilight atmosphere cast urban landscape in blue-grey tones, water reflecting neon signs and headlights in mirror-like puddles. Classic composition with precise framing emphasizes isolation. As Wick embarks on his quest, the encrypted message promising answers about a debt from his past that cannot remain unpaid. So there's a lot of stuff in here we don't need. So I might actually, like, you know, use prompt cleaner and remove some words, right? But I'm going to leave it for now and see how it comes out. So it looks like 2 minutes to make 3 seconds right at this resolution. We're actually, it's 704 by 384 is what I'm using here. But yeah, this came out really nice. That's like usable. And the thing is, what I've got, right, is I've got a narrative which could be turned into text to speech, so you talk, you know, something talking over the top, right? That's the concept. And we used my Hyvid moments to predict this story. So the story we're watching was predicted in reverse. Okay, so all the prompts that we're watching is like it's a John Wick fan fiction spoken in Hyvid video prompts. So as long as, I mean, I don't know how good this is going to be, but we were working on this for like a while. I'm really glad it's working again, because man, that was bugging me. I'm guessing it must be that I just didn't turn my computer off for a long time. Could be. I've got a natural aversion to never turning it off. So just be like, why? Why turn it off? Because they have like a built-in efficiency mode and all this, so it's actually like the amount of power it takes to turn the thing on is like more than it takes to run for the rest of the day. It depends what you're doing, obviously. Depends what you're doing. If you're just playing Minesweeper, I think I'm right. Okay, so it's upscaling page 2 still. Oh, sheesh! He is kind of driving around in the Mustang. But I think we need more. I think we need more than just what I think we need. That's not enough. We need more of him driving in the Mustang. So yeah, my idea with this set technique is queue it up. So it's chronologically linked prompts, right? With a start and an end. I think there are 10 of them. Might be 20, I'm not sure. And The idea is that you just keep generating the scene until you've got the shots you need, and then you go to the next scene, and you keep generating until you've got the shots you need, and you just keep going. And because it was written backwards, the first one is the furthest from the conclusion, obviously. I mean, it sounds obvious, doesn't it? Page 1, here's my fact of the day. Did you know that page 1 is the farthest page from the end of the book? That's a classic piece of... Yes, thanks for that. Great tip. But no, I just mean in terms of the prediction accuracy, because obviously the farther you go from the end, because it was done backwards, you know. So it's like the place where it's most likely to go wrong is the beginning, because it's the farthest from where it started. That's all I mean. Immaculate facts, says Hero G. Yeah. Immaculate facts. I like how it actually got the right Mustang, though. That's cool. The bus. The bus Mustang. Oh, is it finished? It's finished. Got to do page 3. And the thing is, again, what is a page? What is a page? It's not a page of text, because how long is a page? How big is the text, right? If you're writing in size 5 text, how many characters can you fit on an A4? Probably more than you think. Obviously, that's a bit small, right? But you wouldn't write in size 12. That would be like children's book, you know? Page 3. Everything looks good. Let's go. And then essentially I just keep going. So what did we get on this one? 47,000? What? Hold up. 47,000. Hold up. It turned page 2 into how much? I feel like I ran it twice. Did I run the same line twice? Did I run the same thing twice? Did I run it on its again? I feel like I must have done. I mean, I guess it could have just been again, what is a page? How many words are in a page? You know what I mean? What does 200% mean? You know? Look, I know 200% means double, right? It's a mathematical term, but I just mean like when we're talking about telling an AI to do something and we give it all this task, right? Unlike code, if I said make this 200%, it would be 200% right down to the letter by math, right? But what the AI does is more like an impression. You're like, oh, you told me to make it 200%, make it longer. And you gave me all these other things. So in order for him to do all of the stuff you told him, it's going to be more than 200%. You know? But anyway, can we get a word count from this program? Do we do word count? Do we do page property files? Oh, don't be silly. This is WordPad. Notepad. Don't be silly. Wait, what? Guys. Did they add AI into Notepad? Hold up. Hold on, wait a minute. Expanded page 2 test. Hold up. Make longer. Exceeded the limits. Yes, I know. But we could make it shorter. No. It's still too long. Okay, so what if I just took this bit here? Hang on, I'm just experimenting, yeah? Make longer. Oh, there's a subscription. There's microtransactions in Notepad. They finally did it. No, it's not. It's not really a microtransaction. But they finally found out how to make you subscribe to Notepad. Isn't that amazing? I do like it though. Look, I don't need it because we're like way above this, but if you're casual and you just want to use like AI writing stuff, you can get the basics like this. Do you know what I mean? But this is very white bread. It's white bread AI writing stuff. I'm surprised they didn't let me just do a little bit. So what's this? Change format, paragraph, list, business, academic, marketing, poetry. Dude, that's dark. Switching from marketing to poetry. Just switch it, man. It's just a mode. Tone, we like the humor. So this is interesting. I'd never even seen that before. They've snuck AI in there. This is the end of Notepad. You see? There goes the neighborhood. Oh dear. Okay, right, well, anyway, yeah, so review expanded versions of page 1 and 2 to understand. That might take a while. Oh, he's still driving his AI Mustang. Okay, so remember, this is an interesting thing as well. If there's ever a video that you have and you don't like it, you just drag it and drop it in and you can just have another go, right? So it's like, in terms of the flow, you don't have to be like, oh, what was the prompt? What were the settings? You know, this is one of the best things about ComfyUI. At any point, so I don't actually have to make the best video, right? All I have to do is just make the video. So I think what I will do is I'm going to do something. Let's see. What I need is an index marker so that I know which prompt it is that's being used to make. Well, I guess I can just drop it back in, can't I? So it's not actually. Yeah, let's just put it on increment. And I think I can just put it on 2. Yeah. And then the next thing is, how many lines does it have? I think I'm just going to put it on instant. Because here's the thing. The behavior of the new Zenkai prompt v5 is it honors the order of the lines. So if you put the start as the first line and the end as the last line, if there are 10 lines, it's going to make a video for each line in order. But then when it gets to the end of, it's going to loop. So you could just leave it on and it's just going to keep making the same 10 videos over and over and over and over and over and over, right? The only thing I can think of is... No, there's not really a good way to do it. Like, I mean, yeah, there's not really an easy way to do it. What I wanted to do was pass something, but it's one file for the whole lot, so I can't, it's not a different file for each shot. But again, this is all like stuff that could be easily changed. Right. It's trying to turn Golden Surfer into John Wick. We don't need it to do that. It already says John Wick. Alright, so hopefully what we're going to get now is it stepping through the story. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up that prompt list and see what that actually looks like. What? Oh, yeah. Custom nodes, DJZ nodes, prompts, Wick EP2. Right, let's open that up and have a look. So what are we talking about here? 5,000 characters? There's not even that many lines. Oh, yeah. Alright, hang on a minute. So there's actually... So yeah, when we do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11. And the 11 prompts get to the end of whatever this is. It's like the widest notepad anyone's ever seen. Alright, cool. Oh! No way, dude. No way, dude. It actually nailed the picture. It's like he's there looking at a picture of... Dude. You know how you see all those like AI videos on YouTube where they're like, James didn't know that he was about to have an ordinary day. And then there's like some guy, AI guy, walking down the street real derpy. Is this how they do that? It's funny. So, you know, just to recap on what we were just looking at there. Not that one. This one. So prompt number 2 is... Here we go. John Wick studies a weathered photograph showing a Japanese temple compound. His calloused finger tracing a path to the hidden entrance as he sits in his vintage Mustang parked outside a pulsing nightclub. Well, you can't see the nightclub or anything, but he's doing all that. Gritty documentary-style framing with handheld intimacy reveals the photograph's connection to Wick's past. Do you know what I mean? The prompt is a little bit of a try-hard, okay? It's like trying to do more than you can actually get away with, but hey, I like ambitious prompts, okay? John Wick leans across a red velvet bar inside the thumping nightclub, exchanging whispered information with a reluctant informant as tense body language portrays their mutual distrust. Dude, if you can get away with that. Pulsing coloured strobe lights intermittently illuminate their faces amidst the otherwise darkened space, casting rhythmic shadows that obscure their conversation from onlookers. Dynamic visual aesthetic with shallow depth of field isolates the two figures against the blur of dancing patrons. Subtle push-in camera movement heightening the sense of conspiracy and an imminent departure. Okay. Damn, it actually did get the thing. He leans in a bit. He leans in for the convo with the barman. Damn. It actually did it. I mean, okay, so it didn't get everything in there, did it? Let's just double check. Hand instinctively moving towards a concealed weapon as he detects movement in the shadows. Oh, damn, that's the next prompt now. Okay, so next prompt, low angle. He exits the underground like nightclub. Puts his hand towards his concealed weapon. Rain falls steadily from a midnight sky. Droplets catching street light in cinematic slow motion around his alert figure. Atmospheric film noir visual style heightens the tension. Deep shadows and limited colour palette suggest danger lurks just beyond the frame as unseen adversaries prepare their ambush. It's really floaty. You know, it's like there's a lot of stuff here that only makes sense because it's storytelling. But I feel like what will happen is that sort of stuff will either just get ignored or average out, because there are words in here that are going to like key into the LoRa, that whatever this LoRa was trained on, you know, because a lot of the things it's doing are scenes from those movies. Full Dive says, if you can only see inside the car, you can be flying in space in your car. Who knows? It's true. Watch out for that. What's this? A few years later, people, AI or human, walk in the museum and the guy will say, and this was the Windows biologicals used. Can you see the notepad has no AI? Imagine writing by hand. To be honest, I keep a tiny notepad in my pocket and a pen. You have no idea. Like, but a lot of times, yeah. Well, I'm not, you know, I'm sure a lot of you can relate, but a lot of people, the power of being able to just write something down, because look, digital devices are flawed, right? Ultimately, you've got to turn it on. you know? Like, analog tape players, ironically, were pretty good because you could just literally hit record and it was recording straight away. You can't say that about all the digital stuff. And although, once I saw this amazing feature on a Sony video camera, it was always recording, but only for like a 10-second buffer or something, yeah? So when it's turned off, it's actually recording a 10-second buffer in standby mode. So when you actually opened up the thing to start recording and pushed go, it would add that few seconds to the start of the recording so that you could film before you'd taken... Do you know what I mean? It could film before you'd even... Well, not before you'd taken the lens cap off, but I think you understand. It was an extremely fast action camera, you know? Because it was like using like a dash cam feature so you don't miss... Because that's the big complaint with video cameras, was by the time you've pulled it out and got it working, the thing you want to film is happened, right? So I don't think this one was as good. Like, there's a door closing in the roof, for example, but the thing is, anything which is bad, I just come back and roll another seed. The trick is keeping them in order here after you've done that. That's going to be the hard part. And I'm almost at the point of thinking, you know, you put every single image into a different subfolder, but it's not the best automation. But yeah, like I said, back to the pen thing, the amount of ideas I've had that I didn't write them down. You know, do you know, for a long time there was something I was doing which was actually really good, which was, you know how you can double tap the lock on your phone and it will start the camera? I don't know, some phones have that where you can double tap and it starts the camera. If you have it default in video mode, you can have it filming like nothing, the floor. You know, you put the phone down, it's black, and then you just talk to it. And it was easy, because it was easy to get the videos out and be like, oh yes, it's basically like voice notes, you know? What? What's this? He's doing, I think they're trying to have a gunfight, but then umbrellas appear. It just looks like they're having a little dance in the alleyway. Oh, this is classic. Right, let's get page 4 done. Page 4. Page 4. But yeah, what I was hoping was I could do a little trick. So like, say I've got all of these other stories I've been writing, right? I know what the name of my detective is. So whenever my detective gets named, I could swap in the prompts. I could use Wick, for example. Now my main character is Keanu Reeves. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's going to become. It's going to become, you have a list of prompts that is a video story, right? And then you can swap your Laura hook into the trigger position. And now it's your character, or whichever character you want in the video. We're just not quite there yet, because there hasn't been that explosion of Laura training like we had with Flux and SDXL and things like that. Ero G says, got to keep up with your penmanship as well. You'd be surprised how many people now write something similar to chicken scratch and cursive. Yeah, like my doctor. But yeah, all I mean is just scratch notes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just scratch notes. Like, oh, I had an idea about X. I had an idea about Y. Just shorthand, just like, oh, reminders. And then when you're sat in front of the computer going, oh, I got 5 minutes. What shall I do? You're like, oh, yeah, there was that idea. That's pretty much how everything I do gets done. Wait, have I just created an infinite John Wick walking in thing? Look at this. John. Hey, look, it's John Wick. And hey, look, it's John Wick. And another John Wick. It's a John Wick convention. Excellent. Hey, John. Hi, John. That's pretty cool. I like that. We forgot all about Run Pod. Poor Run Pod. The irony is we don't need it now. May as well use it. Nah, save the credit. Save the credit. Save the credit. I'll figure it out later. It's fine. It's funny because I got a bunch. In fact, you know what I should do? Yeah, I know what to do. O's never. You need to go in here. I thought they said John was dead. How come there's more than one now? We cloned John Wick because he was the best soldier. They gave him the code name Liquid. Uh-oh, here we go again. Oh. Okay. What do you reckon? I don't know, do you think you'd get a cease and desist for doing John Wick fan fiction that's in video? Do you think they'd send you a letter? I don't know, because it's clearly not real. Do you know what I mean? But do you think their lawyers might think that people might get it confused and then be like, "Oh, you got to stop that"? Makes you wonder, because like this John Wick law has been out for ages. You know, makes you wonder. Right, be right back. My God, is it nearly coffee time already? No, it's nearly 10 o'clock. I won't be drinking any coffee this late. Oh no. Oh wow, what the heck? What the heck? John Wick on mazes. See, I would probably generate a bunch of them. Do you know what I mean? So generate a bunch of videos. Oh, wow. This has given me another idea. So when I have a story, these were generated with the prompt generator. It's called HiVid Moments. You can find it on my GitHub. So it takes a prompt and it predicts the prompt that came before it, right? That's what it does. And it tries to remain context aware, but obviously you only gave it a prompt, right? So what if we've got this idea of a story prompt, a prompt, it's like a prompt list, but every prompt is actually related in chronological order. It tells a story, each prompt. That's the idea. So we've got 10 right now. So what would happen if I created a new agent which was able to interpolate prompt lists? So it would look at a prompt and then look at the next prompt and try to write a new prompt that goes in between. And so then instead of having 10 prompts, you could do this process and now you've got 20. Do you know what I mean? So interpolation of prompt lists and like maintaining the chronological sequence of events and also being dynamically context aware. So it's almost like a list doubler. And you could even instruct it to make them padding scenes so that they don't, you know what I mean? They're scenes that feature the character, but the character isn't, it's featuring the story, but the character isn't necessarily in them, for example, So like there are scenes in John Wick where John Wick isn't in the screen, isn't on screen, it's somebody else or they're showing some other location. So I'm thinking about that kind of thing. Because essentially you're going to have a narration component to this, right? So the narration is going to be read out and that's going to have an amount of time. So let's say the narration of one of the lines, let's say narration of this particular part of the story takes X seconds. Well, you've got to divide that by 3 or 5 depending on which model you're generating with to find out how many buffer. I call them buffer or padding prompts. So it's like, say this guy's walking out here, we could have like shots of the quad, you could just show shots of the quad. It doesn't need a person in it. Or maybe a shot of the door from the outside, just coming up with extra filling shots that can go in between scenes so that it's not like every single image is AI John Wick doing something. Sometimes you let the scenes breathe by it with establishing shots and things like that. It's interesting. Focus on describing an insignificant object with extraordinary detail. I'd love to just look at which object got that treatment as well. Like every page, it's going to spend a load of time going, oh, there's something really cool about whatever. So this does work, which I'm really happy about because we were going along for like 2-3 days and I was unable to actually get any kind of results, which was like so annoying. But we were just too busy. There was too much other stuff that we had to look at. This is an experiment of mine, this whole prompt sequence idea, making them like, because it's like temporally aware. You make them make the prompts temporally aware of each other, and then it's like getting closer to actually prompting a show, right? Because it's a formula to it. It's not like just the same thing for 30 minutes. What the heck? Is he want to fight? I think we're at the last prompt. So I think there's either 10 or 11 prompts in this, right? So yeah, because it goes from 0 to 10. So there's probably 11 prompts. So if I just leave this on overnight, when I come back tomorrow, there'll be a pattern, Every 10, it'll be the same prompt, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't need to rewrite it, and then I could just have to collect things into the right order. The only trouble with this is that because there were only 10, there's very few of these padding prompts I was talking about. This is so funny. And also, if we were using, we're using text to image here. If we were using image to image, that would be a whole different story. Do you know what I mean? Where's the run pod at? Yeah, I'm using it. Cool. So what's mine doing then? This is the point where I turn off run pod. Oh wait, hang on. ComfyUI output one video. Look, see all of that? This is why I'm not really here to use it, guys. I just need to download my stuff. Oh, typical. Look at that. No download. Oh, I know. Come on, man. You can't download the folder? Oh, yeah. Aye. Right, how about that? Finally. What a mess that is. So that's Cyber Society. Okay, so I just got to label these, ladies and gents. Oh, man, where are they? Is that them? Is that it? Feels a little bit like there's a lot missing there. Hang on, let me just... Wait a minute. Mate, it hasn't even downloaded all of them. Oh, man. Well, that's not very good. So I should have 1 to 20. I've got, like, nothing. What? Okay, let's try that again. I'll try doing it this way. Maybe if I do, like, 10 at a time, it'll let me do that. Ah, yes. Okay, let's try and get these, shall we? Because I left these on. I'm not going to just dump them. Oh, yes, that's what I want. See, I want them all. Give them all, give me them all. One pod. Okay, next. Let me delete these as well. As well. Where is it? One pod. So, CyberSock. Okay, back. Tokyo meet. Oh boy. Another 20. See, because I was batching. It took like all day to do these as well. Download. From 10. Yep. Yeah, this is all because I was using the cloud to batch create stuff for demos when this all came out, and I forgot to download all of the videos, and then I couldn't delete the thing. Can you spell? Okay. And this one's Tokyo, I think it was Tokyo Racer. Not sure. Yeah, it's Tokyo Racer. Back. Drift to H. High drift. go download. 11. Harvesting season, ladies and gents. Harvesting season. I gotta get those videos off the tree. And this would be... I've forgotten what this was. Drift. I think it was just the high vid drift. I think I just used the one of the demo ones from the first week when it came out. Yep. Drift Tug. High HYV Drift Tug. Tuge. Say it right. Super Fash. I think we only did the one Super Fash. Back and... Wait. Hang on. There's Tokyo Meat. And are these moving around? No. So wait. So that was Tokyo Meat? Now I'm confused. Alright, tell you what. I'll just get this one. So this one was Tokyo Racer. So confusing. So this one is Racer and the other one was me? Oh yeah, there's one fashion thing. So this is Racer. Huh. Oh, that makes sense actually. Tokyo Racer, which is kind of annoying. Tokyo Racer. And so the other one is Tokyo Meat. Let's see it then. Oh man. It's not. Some of them are all right. That one's pretty good. That's actually cool, but it's funny. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. They're trying to drift, but they don't know how. Yes, this is how you go on freeway. It's a bit of funny. Every now and then you get in like scan lines or something I've noticed. That's cool. That's a good one. Oh dear. Yeah, see? It's weird. There must be something in my prompt that causes that. Because when I look at the racer stuff, it's way better. The racer prompts are like solid. That's what I used to make that one video that we put out. As you've probably seen the video, it's up on the channel in full. So Drift Tube, what does that one look like? Yeah, there's a bit of a strange texture on some of the videos. I think it might be the prompt, but you got to remember, a lot of these prompts were that's straight out of like GTA or something. Dude, that looks like straight out. That's amazing. That's the best one yet. Damn. Huh. Well, wouldn't you know? That's pretty good too. That's pretty good too. That's pretty good too. These are all from, if you remember, ages ago we did the, I think it was LTX, or, yeah, maybe Hanyan when it first came out. these are all captions from the model I used to make my Hunyan video, Laura. So we're just running the captions without any trained Laura, you know. We're just running the captions and seeing what the model makes with those captions. That's a good one too. Damn, that's really good. Damn. Yeah. Dynamic. The police drift cars are they are funny. Definitely trained on quite a lot of video game footage. That looks like... I'm not going to say. But the point is... so that was like extreme testing with different prompts from the drifting. And these are testing with different prompts from Cyber Society, which is funny because the stuff it comes out with, this is kind of like what would happen if I prompted my model with prompts I want to prompt with, but I haven't done any training yet. So this is what it would have given you with the LoRa turned off. You know what I mean? That's what we're actually doing. We're looking at what it would have made with my prompts that I used to caption, you know, the data set. So it's very random. It does a lot of this sort of stuff though, which is cool. Interesting. All right. That's everything. Okay, so we can delete this now. Needed to be done, guys. It needed to be done. Because I'm trying to make sure that the pods are up to date, so I'm trying to add extra bits and pieces here, hither and thither. Get rid of that one now. Okay. How are we doing over this side? Oh, John's having a bad time. That's okay. What's this? Oh, he's going to do his fight scene again in the middle. Look, look, fight choreography. Like a violent dance. That's why they're dancing, because the word dance was in it. Oh yeah, I saw someone talking about how John Wick was actually a ballet. It's a ballet with guns, apparently. I didn't know this. I think fight coordinators probably know more about it. But that's interesting. Because when you think about it, you know, obviously the camera's like right in there, but they've got to coordinate everybody, haven't they? So I bet it is a bit like hardcore ballet with guns. Right. Page 5. It's not in my copy buffer no more. Generally speaking, I do stuff like this on the side when I'm watching like YouTube videos after I've had my dinner, stuff like that. That's generally when I do this, because it's like zero cognitive load. You don't really think about it, because it's just I've put all of my thought into the planning so that I know that when I run this I can just and every now and then he might ask me a question, but it's going to be super simple question. It's not going to be a tough one. So the Cyber Society Laura does a little to push the right direction. Yes, I think it does. And in fact, ooh, hell yeah, John! Show him your skills. Yeah. What? That's so cool. They don't know what to do. The other John Wicks can't shoot him. They're like, oh no, this John Wick is unarmed. That means he's clearly going to win. A John Wick without a gun is more dangerous than a John Wick with a gun. What? Oh. Yes, let's go. So this looks good. I've deleted my storage. Get out of RunPod for a minute. Get out of that for a minute. Alright, cool. Taking it down to Drown Town. Now, we do actually have a Cyber Society Laura. I got a bunch of different options. Because let's see, what are we on? We're on 18. So in 2 videos time, it will have been through it all twice. Like it will have been through the prompt sequence twice. The thing is, 3 seconds isn't. Just think about it like this: 3 seconds isn't long enough to read your prompt out loud. Yeah. So your prompt, right? Here, practical examples, yeah? Right? Watch this. Okay, guys, you see this? I'm going to read this out naturally, yeah? Close-up shot. John Wick's intense gaze focuses on a cryptic origami figure left on his hotel room table, his fingers tracing its intricate folds. Artificial hotel lighting casts harsh shadows across the paper messenger, revealing hidden markings of the high table. Neo-noir aesthetic with selective focus emphasizes the delicate paper creation against the backdrop of Wick's Spartan accommodations. So we're at 30 seconds. So right now we prompt for 5 seconds, or 3 seconds with Han Yuan. So we're going to need 10 of these. Do you see what I mean? To get... So if I've got something I need to say, it might take 30 seconds to say it, which means I need 10 padding prompts about looking at the room, looking outside, looking at the weather, looking at the sky, and then go back to the character again. You know? Okay. So that's pretty much what I was talking about. Like, when you start getting into it, the challenge is we need enough video to fill up the running time of the audio, but at the same time, we've got all of this stuff we wanted. We've got a story to tell, right? So, yeah, it's a lot. That's why being able to generate 10 seconds at a time is a big deal, but in reality, you still need like 3-second and 5-second shots to cut in between, because you don't really... It's rare to have someone monologuing with the camera on them for 20-30 seconds at a time. It's not normal. You'd cut to something else, or you'd have something, you'd have some mechanism by which that you don't need to do that, like a wide shot, you know, or something. Ooh. Okay, so what's that? We're on the last one already? I think so. So I'm happy this concept is working, actually. Oh. There he is with the origami. Okay. Navigates through a maze-like urban alleyway is what it's doing again now. So, yeah, we've looped all the way around. He's on an escape route now, apparently. I don't know. So let's stop that. Stop that, stop that. Okay. So that means it works. You know what I mean? It can only be made better with training. I'm going to work on the whole padding thing, because I got a funny feeling that padding is going to be the trick to making this really work well. But yeah, I think that's everything that we had to cover tonight. So obviously, you know, we've covered the expansion, the new expansion. We did screenplay creation, script writing. The only thing I haven't showed you is the prompt chaining, but we can do that tomorrow. Alright then, that's it everybody. We are getting up out of here. Thanks so much for checking in and hanging out with me tonight as I fix my cursed ComfyUI for the latest time this year, and look forward to the next time Comfy explodes and we get to do it all again. But this time I got scripts, so I can just basically one-click repair now, but you know, it is what it is. Alright. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the Tuesday chill out stream, so see you tomorrow. Many, many, many more tips and lots of info. We'll probably be doing Hunyan Loom now my Comfy is fixed. So then, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.